Hello, welcome back. Today I'm doing a deck profile of my raidraptor deck, and let's begin. Not much to say about it, but that it can compete in meta nowadays. Let's get started. First, I run 3 Tribute Annius because when you get him out on the field, you can send a Mimicry, then banish that Mimicry to search for something else. Really good in this deck. Really good for all of that to send and search. And I just love running 3 tributes because he's a necessary 3-up. Next, I run 3 Mimicry because first off, you want Mimicry in your deck, and second, seeing it in your hand isn't bad either. Because if you don't see a tribute, then seeing the Mimicry in your hand isn't bad. Its on-field effect never comes up though. Same with Tribute Lanius's Foolish Burial effect, pretty much. That will absolutely never come up, along with Mimicry's on-field effect, which will also never come up. Next, 3 Vanishing Lanius, which lets you summon 1 level 4 or lower raidraptor monster when he is normal or special summoned. That is not once per turn. If you have 3 Vanishing and a Tribute, summon 1 Vanishing, summon another Vanishing, summon another Vanishing, summon to Tribute effect is a Mimicry. Like, broken. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Now next, we're running 1, 2, 3 Strangulanius. You only want to special summon the Strangulanius after you summon your Cyber Dragon Infinity. Here's the reason you want to do it after you summon Cyber Dragon Infinity, because then you'll be a Dark Lock for the rest of the turn. And so, yeah. And then his other effect, which you summon him off of another thing, which will, in the extra deck, which will also grant you the ability to resummon a Raidraptor monster. That's also good. If you guys want a combo guide to Raidraptors, please let me know in the comments below, and I will get that out as soon as possible. Next is your 2 Singing Lanius. 2 Singing because you search for 1 in your first combo, and they actually do really, really good. Because it's just a free level 4 summon if you see it in your ham. Then it's even better. Next is your 1 Heal Eagle, 1 Pain. The reason is because Heal Eagle is a free summon as long as you control all Raidraptor monsters, and Pain is a target 1 Raidraptor monster. You take its lowest attack points. So, for example, attack or defense, whichever is lower, as damage, and then it's summoned as that level. This does not work on Raider's Wing because Raider's Wing, even though he's a Raidraptor monster, he has 0 attack. It has to at least have 100. So, yeah, it has to have some attack for it to count. Anyway, yeah, free summon and then just an extender. Next, we get into our Raider's Wing. Raider's Wing is just another great card for this deck. He's just a little guy who free summons by detaching material from an Xyz monster. Next is 2 Boots. I have a solution for drawing 2 of these in your hand as long as your Raider's Wing is in your deck. You can still get full combo off, which is pretty good actually. So yeah. Next is your Blackwing Zephyros the Elite. Blackwing Zephyros the Elite. Here's what you summon off of another monster in the extra deck's name. Another monster in the extra deck, which is called, I think it's your Wise Strix. Yeah, you summon him off of Wise Strix effect. And if he's in your hand, you can't do that, but you can summon another creature. So, yeah. And we have a couple more monsters to get through. Next is your 2. The final 2 monsters are your 2 Abyss Actor Current Raisers. The reason, even though it's a once per duel free level 4 summon, as long as you control no monsters, you run 2 because we do want to see it in our hand occasionally. Maybe bait out an opponent's like Imperm or something. Maybe bait something out of them. Commonly they won't though because they don't know what you're running. But yeah. Alrighty. Next, now we're in the spells. So next is your Raidraptor. Raidraptor, Nest then can search for anything, whereas Mimicry can search for any Raidraptor card. This can search for any Raidraptor monster, and it's really good for Black Wings across the Elite's effect when it's in grave to then send one card back to your hand, take 400 damage, and summon him in defense mode. Next is, now we're getting to some rank up magics. Rank up magics. First is your rank up magic Skip Force. Yes, this has come up many times. Skip Force is a great rank up magic to have in this deck. You only need 2 of it though. And so 1 nest, by the way, as well. 1 nest, 2 Skip Force. And 1 Blackwing Zephyros Steely. I experimented with 2 for a bit, but didn't quite work out for me. But 2 of the rank up magic Skip Forces have worked out great in this deck profile. Next, we get into, don't worry, I don't have another one of these, but I need another one. Your Phantom Knights rank up magic launch. It is a great card to run in this deck. It is how you can get into main combo. You do want to run 2. So if you're just like planning to buy the cards directly from this deck listing, please do buy 2. Do buy 2. If you're just buying cards from a deck listing and you choose this one, just buy 2 of them. It just makes your life easier instead of buying the one like I did. But yeah. Next is your Phantom Knights rank up magic launch. Really good card because it gets you into your DDT Duo King Caliuga. Next is your, I don't actually have this. This is a card you definitely need. Your rank up magic Soul Shave Force. Even though you pay half your life points, you can get your Infinity, which is really good. Okay. And then you run your 1 Time Thief Hack. Great for the side deck, I'll explain later. But he is a good card to run in this deck actively as it is, even though it doesn't it's not like an immediate thing. He's still good to run in the deck, because then you can just activate it if you get it in your hand. And then your 3 Dark World Dealings instead of a Lure, because I don't like the idea of banishing things when you can just discard it. Yeah, just makes your life easier to discard it, because then who knows, you could use it in the grave. And also it just gets another monster in the grave. Next is your then 1 Monster Reborn. And that actually runs off the spell cards. Monster Reborn has also come up. I also would have cut it, but yeah. Now, for traps, I run 2. One of which being Raidraptor's Phantom Knight's Claw, which does come up as negate. And the other being your 1 Phantom Knights of Shape Burgundy. The reason the 1 Burgundy is because of you have some trap cards in this deck. Not coming to see them. And I don't like running 3 of these. I like running 1. It just makes everything easier. Okay. Now we're getting into hand traps in the deck. I only run 4 hand traps. I'll tell you what I'll tell you what I do run actively, and then what I'm going to hopefully run here soon. So first, I actively run 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, almost a necessity, and 1 Infinite Impermanence. But what I want to run is 2 Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs and 2 Nibiru. The reason being, Kashtira players, I actually got this from a Kashtira player. If they overextend, they die to Nibiru, and there's a bunch of decks that summon more than 5 times that can just get crushed by Nibiru. So when I get my playset of Nibiru, which would be 3, I'll put 2 of them in here and take out an Ash and the Imperm, and that should be good. But actively I run 4 hand traps, because this deck isn't heavily reliant on hand traps. This deck is mainly a going first deck, but it can go second and still do pretty well. Now we're getting into this extra deck here. So in the extra deck, we have our 1 Phantom Knights of Breaksword. We have the Breaksword for the 2 boots in case you draw them and your Raider's Wing is still in your deck. Then you can still get full combo and it's good. Next, this is the only 2 of in the extra deck, and it's your raidraptor Force Strix. It's just necessity to run 2 of them for the combo. So, run 2 of them. Next is your Gaga Magician. Another necessity for the combo. It's come up many times. Both of, actually, in some of my duels, both effects. Not in one duel, but out the various duels I've played with this deck, sometimes his revival effect comes up. Sometimes his effect where he can just target one monster and make it stack for 1,000. And sometimes his effect where he can revive monsters also comes up. Or sometimes his revival. Sorry, that was. I meant sometimes his revival effect comes up. And sometimes his effect comes up where he makes a monster negates a monster's effect and has its attack become 4,000. Commonly he'll just target himself because you have to detach 2 materials for that. And so yeah. Next is your Raider's Knight because it can rank up or down. Usually, you never really want to rank it down. I always rank it up into Arc Rebellion, because then Arc Rebellion can kind of just go in for game. And then after Arc, we have Site 1 Cyber Dragon Infinity. Again, just necessary part of the combo. Next is your Raidraptor Revolution Falcon Air Raid. And if you're running Air Raid, you gotta run Revolution Falcon. These have both come up in duels and have actually won me some duels. Next is your Raidraptor Arsenal Falcon. Arsenal Falcon, actually pretty great card. Also part of your main combo, so you need him. Yeah. Next is your Satellite Cannon Falcon. I have summoned him before. I summoned him against Marincess, and that's kind of what won me the duel. So great card right there. Next, DDD Duel on King Caliuga. Also part of your main combo. Card right there. Next is your big, beefy boss monster, Raidraptor Ultimate Falcon. Boss monster of the deck. Unaffected by other cards' effects. And yeah. I've done so many things with him. He's won me so many duels. Next is your Link Monsters, your 1 Raidraptor Y-Strix. Another good card. Part of your main combo. But you only need 1 of them. And then you're the Phantom Knights of Rusty Burgundy. Which, yeah. He's just kind of there. Also part of your main combo. Again, if you want a combo tutorial, comment down below. And I'll give it to you. Now, for side deck. For the side deck, I run 1 Dark Rebellion, Xyz Dragon, and 1 Dark Requiem. You replace these with Raider's Knight and Arc Rebellion. But those are 2 good side deck cards right there. And now we're just getting into the monsters of it. First, 3 Time Thief Regulator. Really good 3 of, because this deck is meant to turn into a Time Thief, a Raidraptor Time Thief with the side deck. Then you have your 3 Time Thief Winderer. I had to really compact this down. This took me a long time to compact. So yeah, your 3 Time Thief Winderer. This should be 2 Time Thief Adjusters, but I don't have 2 adjusters, so I just threw in some random tech cards. Another tech card is this, which this is supposed to be Time Thief Biz shit. Next is supposed to be Time Thief. Oh, what's it called again? Time Thief Redoer. Yeah, it's supposed to be Time Thief Redoer, but I don't have that, so that card's in there instead. And then another Time Thief Hack, which you do want 2 of in the main deck if you change this into a Time Thief Raidraptor deck, because you will want to put all of these in. Then you got your Time Thief Startup to unbrick your hands of Time Thieves and other things. Put everything on a Time Thief Redoer. Give him all the interruptions. And then your Time Thief Retrograde, which is kind of just a negate. Yeah. So in your most ideal board, you would have 3 negates. You would have 3 negates, and then your big GGG Dude on King Caliuga negate. That is all for this deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.